It's time for the next episode of The Pests That Want to Nest and Rest. But these people should be really landing at the Old Man Mojo Dojo Casa House. Ladies, I really want us to pull back, stand down, stop saving these people, stop offering them a soft landing spot. Stop it. Tax them. This needs to be a money making proposition. They need to be getting taxed if they have not properly learned how to adult. There needs to be home ec for old men. There needs to be home ec for middle-aged men. Start taxing them. Tax them. Anyways, let's get into this story time. So this is the young lady who was in my previous Pest That Want to Nest and Rest. She was talking about her brother. Now she says, I have a story about my uncle. My mother had a younger brother who is a cautionary tale of what happens when men are coddled. My uncle could never hold down a job, home, and family relationships. He had two children with a woman that he refused to marry. His kids wanted nothing to do with him. Since he was homeless, he would stay with my grandmother from time to time during bad weather. It got to a point when my mother had to remove him from my grandmother's place when she moved into a senior living apartment. She was willing to get put out and become homeless because she would never tell him no to anything. After she died, he would rotate relatives to crash at until he burned all of his bridges with his behavior. It would start off good, helping around the house, etc. Then he would get comfortable and become hostile. So if you see here, he actually knows how to help around the house. He just chose to not help. All right, so then he would get comfortable and become hostile. He put a hole in my mother's wall, called her out of her name, and threatened her before she put him out for the final time. My mother still paid for his health and life insurance since no one else wanted to be bothered with him, and he obviously wasn't going to. This is where I'm saying, ladies, please stand down. Put the cape down. The day he died, he was homeless and found on the street. Police came to my mother's because her contact info was in his wallet. He died from not taking his heart medication. My mom made sure it was filled and that he took it when he lived with her. She paid for his funeral and cremation because his children couldn't be bothered. One of them didn't even show up for his very small funeral. His ashes are in my mother's living room waiting to be picked up by one of the children. It's been there for 9 years. Quick story. My great uncle on my father's side never married or had children. He also never learned how to adult. My great aunts made a schedule on who would cook extra and bring him food every day until the day he died. They refused to clean his house though. The expression used to describe his home was a tornado through a city dump. Y'all, we are not doing these males any favors in, by not making them learn how to adult while they are in our homes. This should be a wake up call to mothers of boys that are currently boys and living with you to give them proper chores so that they will know how to adult when they get out on their own. It is time to stop thinking that there is a mom to wife pipeline because women are pulling back. We're tired of this unpaid labor. So teach your boys how to do basic survival skills like cooking and cleaning. And dudes, if you are an adult currently and you do not know how to live on your own, cook and clean, and handle basic adult responsibilities, and your parents didn't instill them in you, you need to learn how to adult now because it's only going to get worse because women are pulling back. Women like me are saying to other women, stand down. And I'm saying, tax y'all. If y'all don't know how to properly adult, we're going to be making some money off of it. There needs to be home ec for middle aged men, for old men, because the unpaid labor, we got to go. It has to go. You guys jump in the comments. Let me know if you have any stories to share. Like, comment, share.